Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
With leading roles in 80s box office hits Risky Business and Top Gun, superstar Tom Cruise managed to successfully cement his place on Hollywood's A-list early on in his career. By 1992, the renowned actor was already considered one of the world's most bankable stars, likely making him a shoo-in for any role of his caliber that year, such as his epic Western romance film Far and Away. But to film director Ron Howard, DailyMail.com can reveal, it was lesser-known actress and Cruise's new bride Nicole Kidman who had the star power he was seeking for the movie at the time. The former Hollywood power couple starred alongside each other in the film, which would ultimately turn out to be a critical flop and box office disappointment. It had been nicknamed Cruise and Kidman's honeymoon movie, since they had married shortly before filming the drama which recounts the romance and struggles of 19th-century fictional Irish immigrants Joseph Donnelly and Shannon Christie in America. Howard shared rare insight into the making of the film at a screening of the movie at New York City's Museum of Moving Image, MoMI. Speaking to the audience, the filmmaker revealed he had been far more invested in casting Kidman, 57, and deliberately avoided telling Cruise, 62, his wife was more of a priority than he was to get him to make epic drama. Howard, 70, who played Richie Cunningham in Happy Days as a child actor before becoming a director, told the audience, Cruise was already one of the major stars. He really wanted this for Nicole. What he didn't realize is that Nicole was at the top of my list before I ever thought Tom Cruise could be in it. But Nicole was just coming up and a newer discovery, but I always felt like she would be great for Shannon. So when I started talking to Tom, at that point they were dating, they had done Days of Thunder, they were, kind of an item but nobody knew how serious. He said, well, what do you think about Nicole Kidman? Would you be willing to meet her? I said, yeah, I would. I don't think I told him that she was more a priority than even he was, Howard admitted. Cruise and Kidman had fallen in love shooting their first movie racing car movie Days of Thunder in 1990. The pair divorced in 2001. Less than 2 years after the release of their third and final movie Stanley Kubrick's searing erotic thriller Eyes Wide Shut. Howard's admission is all the more interesting since at the time the film was being made, Cruise was a far greater Hollywood star than his wife who had not yet starred in her mid-1990s box office hits Batman Forever, Malice and To Die For. Howard added, when he came on board I think he always cherished this as a tremendous woman's role for Nicole. He certainly wanted to do his part and I really enjoyed working with both of them and the rest of the cast. But the movie flopped, making just $59 million at the US box office, less than its estimated $60 million budget. Howard admitted at MoMI he was lucky to get the film made. I don't even know how you get this movie made today. Even then it was a real rarity. Howard argued one of the reasons it received an underwhelming box office reception is that the comedic elements were overlooked as critics fixated on the fact the epic, shot in County Wicklow, Ireland, and parts of Montana, was the first film in a decade to be shot in the wide high-resolution 70mm format. Howard said, in retrospect I think in some ways it sort of led to a misunderstanding around the film. Because when it came out I always thought of it as like if Frank Capra and John Ford put their head together and decided to make a romantic comedy, maybe it would look something like this. To me it was always playful, romantic, innocent, sweet, almost a fairy tale and a fable kind of story. But he said because nobody had done a movie in 70mm in over 10 years, people thought that he believed this was a serious, heavy drama about immigration simply because of the format. I think it created a little confusion, never for audiences, even though it wasn't a big grossing movie because even with movie stars period movies in the summer have rarely broken through. It was okay box office. Despite a lavish premiere at the Cannes Film Festival and a London premiere that attracted then UK Prime Minister John Major in 1992, critics were unkind to Far and Away. Celebrated critic Roger Ebert.